Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Dr. Tony Chopper, and this is part 3 of the review for the high-grade Universal Century Psycho Gundam. In this part, we're going to use these screws, and we're going to put everything together, so you guys can see how menacing and big this guy really is. Okay, now before we start, just want to mention that they do mention this in the manual as well, that you want to get a screwdriver with a head that's a little bit bigger than what the screw actually is, so that it will actually fit on there properly like that. If it's too small, you're going to have a couple problems and you end up hurting yourself easily. So be careful. Alright guys, let's start with the chest. All you gotta do is take your trusty part like that, put it in here, then you have to grab a screw. Now, I hate screwing in things, so... Oh. Yeah, and after fumbling with it a little bit, here we go. Put it in, and then I'm going to proceed to screw it in. But I'm not going to screw it in too tight, because I do want to take these out later and pretty much paint everything. So I didn't screw it in all the way, but that's plenty secure. And you just got to redo it on the other side as well. Alright, now for this part, all you got to do is take this and place it in here. After fiddling with this for a very long time, I finally got it to stay. Now I'm going to take my screw, and first off we're going to do the middle of the chest. Now, that way we'll have it being secured for everything else afterwards. Now, like I said before, I'm trying not to screw it in 100% of the way, otherwise it won't work. And after that, you just got to get the other two, and then you get something like this. After all of it's screwed in, everything is relatively solid, and it will stay there. Yay! And here he is, straight out of the box with just the stickers on. Now, he's pretty damn big, and he barely even fits on the turntable. But let's take a quick look, and let's start it up. As you guys can see, he's incredibly massive. The stickers on him don't look too bad. They actually blend in with the overall color of the rest of the yellow parts pretty well. But I've already noticed that I can still see the giant toe seam lines that need a little bit of work. But other than that, it doesn't look too bad, because most of the seam lines up here are actually covered up with the sticker and the top of the shoulder. So the only major thing you're seeing out of that, the negative here, is just one part. Alright, now let's quickly go over articulation. This guy's really massive and pretty beefy. So the head, it can move a full 360, and the V-fin still move up and down like so. The arm can extend out that far, and that's mainly because of this part. Now, it can't go up too much further than that because it's limited there. And the rest of the articulation on the arm is not affected. Now, For waist articulation, we get a whole bunch of nothing. Can't even wiggle side to side because he is screwed in 100%. And as for side skirts, they move up that far, and the side skirts, or the front skirts do that. The side skirts on this side move up that much. And in terms of leg pulsability, we can get it to go that far out. So don't expect to be side kicking anyone really high. Now, as for the legs, spread apart, this is as far as they can go. And when you do that, the upper body looks extremely strange. And as for front and back, he does a okay job of doing the splits on this side. Now the backpack right here, it can swivel forward all the way like this, and eventually for the transformation he's going to actually, cover up the head for the most part. These parts don't actually get to move because they're actually stuck all the way in. As I said before, the back skirt is 100% immobile, and other than that, you get all the articulation we had before with the ankle armor and the rest of the foot. So other than the top half not being able to open up as much, we have pretty much the same articulation the entire other way down. Now, to arm this guy up, all you gotta do is take his one and only accessory to arm him, put the attachment piece into this hole, then you gotta go and take off this connector piece. That was pretty hard to get out. And then you just gotta plug it in, like so. Alright, now I've already noticed some problems with this kit already, but they're mainly weight issues. Now, it's great that they actually gave you the screws to put into this part, the head not so much, but for parts like this, the arm is actually able to hold up the shield and keep it there for decently, it's pretty good there. But we have some problems down here with the rest of the leg, though. They're on, the peg and peg polycap system, and if I just let it go, my leg over here has already gotten so loose that it's coming out. So we're going to have a couple issues with that. You might have to tighten that up with a bit of glue if you have that. And yeah, that's not exactly very good and reassuring because I like keeping my kits in a decent pose. So if one of those legs keeps on going out, we're going to have a couple issues with that in the future. And what review would be complete without some size comparisons? Now, just to remind you guys, he is 1:144 scale. He's also a high grade. Now, I have here in my left hand the Master Grade version 2.0 Char's Custom Zaku 2. Now, he's 1:100 scale, and he's also a Master Grade, but he is completely dwarfed by this massive thing. Now, just so you guys know how big he is, we're going to put something in that will reassure you that he is a massive kit, and you should have enough room before you buy this guy. Here we go, it's the SD Shining Gundam. As you can see, he is quite tiny. He's tiny to begin with, but the Psycho Gundam just makes his size even more laughable. He is massive, and if you do get him, he's gonna tower over everything else you have, unless you have a perfect grade. Now, I haven't completely built one yet, a perfect grade, so I can't exactly size compare that. But when I do build my perfect grade, I will put the Psycho Gundam next to it so you guys can see how big the size difference actually is. Guys, that concludes part 3 of the review. Don't forget to come back in part 4 when we're going to go over the entire transformation in depth. And also there will be a part 5 where we will be concluding the kit. My final thoughts, and you guys will know whether or not you should pick this up. Now, quick little note, Bandai did decide to give you 1 spare screw for the entire kit, so try not to lose that. My name is Dr. Tony Chopper, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.